What's up, guys? It's a beautiful Sunday morning here, and it is October. This is my rooting area, and I'm just going to show you. I had to pot a lot of these up anyway because it's towards the end of the growing season. See how some of them done, and I'll go over a few things with you. I got this cheap hoop house off Amazon. I built, well, you know what? I'll go over all that here in a minute. So a lot of stuff I have in here didn't take, or probably did not take. Here's some apple tree rootstocks. This one's starting to grow roots, so I might just leave that in there for now. That'll be okay over the winter. Same thing with this one, starting to grow roots. And if you look, it has a little, I hope you can see that green starting to come out on it. And there's the roots that are on it. So I might actually pot him up. I think he'll be okay. I'll put him right there for now. Here's a gooseberry plant that didn't really take at all. So here's some other apple tree rootstocks, and I don't think this one has a very small taproot on it. I'm gonna toss them, not worth my time. This one has no roots. I'm gonna toss them, not worth my time. This has a couple small roots on it, but I see no green growth at all. Toss it, not gonna waste my time. I got these in the ground kind of late in the year. This one's rotten. And here's a good one. Should be able to see that on camera. That's got good roots. It's got green growth coming up on it. And some of these that I'm tossing might have a chance at survival, but honestly, the amount of rootstock that I have grown, it's not really worth me potting them up and hoping and taking up the space. Here's another one with no green growth, but lots of roots. I'll pot him. Dead one. This one might be good. He's got little roots. I'm gonna plant him. Here's one with a very nice section of roots on it. And I'm not going to bore you with the rest of the details, but as you can see, let me get these all out here quick. Here is all my apple tree rootstock that I just pulled out now. I did some earlier in the spring. These should be good to graft onto in 2 years or so. Okay guys, so I got all my apple tree rootstock potted up. I will make a video probably in the spring about grafting. I have a bunch more in the greenhouse ready to go. I got this hoop house off Amazon. I bought the shade cloth separately. It came with the covering, and it came with all these hoops and the clips that hold it in place. It's about a year old. It's actually working pretty good. And then I made this misting system I got off Amazon. You can kind of see it here. I gotta redo the whole thing next year because it was the first time I set it up. It didn't work out. Some of it didn't work out the greatest. And then you'd see my tall grass hiding my irrigation timer. Rain point that I got off Amazon, and it missed for 7 seconds every 15 seconds. And I basically had it all running all summer. It uses about a half a gallon of water a day. And yeah, I'm going to show you some of these other plants I have in here. I built the enclosure myself, and it's just a mixture of perlite and peat. If I were to do it again, I would probably not use perlite and just use sand, mainly sand and a little bit of peat. But yeah, I'll show you some more here. Okay guys, I'm back. I broke out a bucket because my knees are absolutely killing me. I got a couple gooseberries, Hemma-looking red gooseberries that have been in here for, I guess, a month and a half.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna pull a couple of them out and see how they're doing. Like I said, if they didn't root, then they're probably not going to. And there you go, you can see it rooted spectacular. Just kind of give them a little twist, pull them out. This one, junk. Like I said, I have so many of these that it's not really worth me saving and hoping that they all root. So I'm gonna do a quick segment here. I got my daughter to the right of me riding her bicycle. Junk, junk. Maybe. Oh, that one's super rooted. So I will show you quick. Like I said, these are red gooseberries. You see they're all rooted pretty nice. That one not so nice. And they're going dormant this time of year anyway. So I'm gonna get these potted up here quick. Just want to show you guys my raspberry plants quick. You're getting a good crop for mid-October. There's a lot on there. All right, back to the plants. All right, guys, I just got back from a long bike ride with my daughter. The next set of plants that I have here are all red gojo berries. These are very easy to propagate. Pull a couple out here real quick so I can show you if they rooted or not. That one's got a little root. Little roots. They look kind of dry. That one did not root. I said I need to work on this misting system a little bit. That one didn't root. That one didn't root. That one has some roots, and I should probably be a little bit more gentle with pulling these out. That one has a lot of roots. I'll show you guys quick before I start potting. These are red gojo berries. You can see they've been in there about a month. These take a little bit longer to root than the yellow gojo berries, but I'm going to go ahead and pot these up and get them ready for next, and get them ready to sell for next year. I make my own potting soil. Right now, it's just a mixture of my compost and a little bit of sand. Next year, I'm gonna have to do something different because I am going through an insane amount of potting soil. And if I do blueberries, if I'm potting up blueberries, bushes, or something real acidic loving, I'll just use peat moss and sand with a little bit of compost. And that works pretty good. But if you guys are doing this to make a couple extra bucks, it's pretty simple. I mean, you don't have to spend a lot of money to do it. I started off with, well, this year, almost all these pots were given to me. Because I know someone that drives around here and collects scrap metal, and he finds a lot of free pots in the spring that are just sitting out along the road, and he would collect them all and bring them here for me, and I'd give him all my scrap metal if I had any. But I'm gonna finish potting these up quick. I'll be right back. Okay guys, next up on the list, I have a couple hydrangeas that I kind of forgot about. They've been in here for quite a while. They didn't root as fast. They didn't root as fast as my other hydrangeas, but I'm gonna dig them out and pot them up. And here, I'm not gonna knock off the root ball, but you can see they're pretty well rooted. Even have even have some new growth starting to come on. So I'm going to get these few hydrangeas, and these are a big leaf hydrangea, potted up, and yeah, I'll be right back with you. Okay guys, out of those hydrangeas, I only got one. I got a bunch more I propagated earlier in the year. These don't really have any kind of root to speak for, so I'm just going to toss them, and we'll try again next year. Next up, I got, and these are kind of exciting. These are green giant arborvitaes. I have pink roses here. Thought I heard one of my kids coming. You can see they have some roots on them. So these are two pink ones. I'm going to get them potted up and labeled. Always, always, always label your plants. Propagated roses seem to grow pretty fast once they get set. I'm going to go ahead and get these guys potted up. And since this one here hardly has any roots and it might not live, I'm just going to jam them down in with the other one, because why waste more pots? Next up, we got red roses. And once again, we got one barely rooted there. So this one doesn't have any roots, but I'm gonna plant them both in the same pot again, and we'll check on them in the spring. Normally I wouldn't bother, but I don't have that many roses. They propagate a lot better in the late fall, early winter. Speaking of which, guys, why don't you, in the comments below, tell me what you want me to do a video about propagating? Is there an experiment you want me to do? Do you want me to do butterfly bushes, roses, green giant arborvitaes? Just let me know, and I'll be able to do a video about it, okay? Okay, here we have green giant arborvitaes. This one did not take. This one did not take yet. Trying to find any here with roots on. There's a couple on this guy. Basically, the green giant arborvitaes take a long time to root. These have been in here for about 4 months so far. Some of the other plants I have in here rooting is more gojo berries, more green giants. And if you look over here, I have some grapevines that are attempting to root, but actually, okay, well, that one's got some roots. You see that? I'm gonna put this one back in the ground. I think that one's rooted. I think what happened with these is being under mist. There's a good one. Come on, focus. I think being under mist kind of hurt them a little bit, because grapes are susceptible to diseases. Now, I have really good luck propagating these in the winter if I just leave them in the ground. Yeah, these are all molded up. They're nothing. I did propagate some of these in the early spring, summertime. They worked pretty good, but just didn't work out the way it does during the winter. Here's more green giant arborvitaes. I got some crepe myrtle over there. Yeah, and I guess here's some lavender experiments. Not working out too well for me. Real quick, guys, I'm taking in my cheap Amazon greenhouse I did a review on. These are some of my apple tree rootstocks. These are the ones that I just potted up this morning when you guys were watching me. These are ones that were potted up earlier in the year. So you can see they're getting pretty big. Here's more rootstocks I potted up earlier. Here's some roses I propagated last year, and they're huge. Here is my weedy gooseberry collection. Here's some of my bigger grapevines I propagated. Those are all my gojo berries. All my green giant arbovitas. Here is a whole mess of my hydrangeas. Ones I did earlier on in the year that got pretty big. And here's some of my cactuses. Okay guys, quick recap. It is October 13th. I just got done showing you me cleaning up my rooting area. I'm going to get that ready to do some fall and winter propagation. Like I said before, like and subscribe if you want to keep seeing more videos, and in the comments tell me which one of these you want to see me propagate. There's a lot of different plants I can do a lot of different ways. I'll keep the videos coming. Any tips, any hints you can give me, put them in the comments. And yeah, have a great Sunday.